Good morning and welcome to another episode of Fertility Talk with Fertility Solutions. And today we've got Meadsie van Zyl. Meadsie van Zyl, she is from a company called Fertility Mate, and they deal with egg donations and also if you're an intended parent looking for an egg donor. Meadsie would be the person to speak to. I have been working with Meadsie for a while. So welcome, Meadsie. Thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate having you here.
Good morning, Leanne. Thank you so much for your warm welcome out of a freezing Cape Town. Um, it's always nice to have these meaningful talks together with you at Fertility Solutions to share our challenges, lessons learned, and knowledge throughout the experience and to share it with your audience out there.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Meadsie. So, like I said, Meadsie is from a company called Fertility Mate. I have been working with her for a while, and I know she does great work. So, we're going to just dive right into it. So, today we're going to discuss insight into hormone treatments for egg donors. So, egg donation plays a crucial role in helping many intended parents achieve their dream of having a child. While intended parents embark on the journey to parenthood, donors navigate a parallel journey filled with extensive medical screening, hormone treatments, and resilience. Mitzi, please give me your insight into this journey of egg donation.
Okay. Yeah, and first I want to say, especially to the intended parents out there, whether you are still dreaming, grieving, or growing, you know that you are not alone. We at Fertility Mate, and I'm sure everyone taking part in these talks of fertility solutions, honor the journey of the intended parents out there. Coming to the journey of an egg donor is often misunderstood and overlooked, especially when it comes to the physical, the emotional, the mental toll of the hormone treatments. Despite these hardships, the donors commit to helping others to fulfill their dreams of having a family or starting a parenthood of their own. While the medical aspects of the donation is important, the emotional experience is of the donors is equally significant as well. Many donors express feelings of fulfillment and pride in helping families grow, but they also encounter challenges as emotional and physical side effects, like mood fluctuations, fatigue, discomfort, bloatedness, picking up weight, which can be very challenging during
Yeah.
this process. Also, balancing their life. For example, managing work when they are still students, to manage their studies, or family responsibilities, and then the medical appointments, the ultrasounds, the blood work that can be very demanding on the donors. Like we always say, to keep all the balls up in the air.
Yeah.
So therefore, I want to say the egg donor is far from just a simple a process. It's more than just a medical process. It's a deeply personal, selfless, and physically demanding commitment made by the donor
Yeah.
herself.
Wow, thank you very much for that. Because you can actually hear by just those things, it's not, people think like you just, oh, the donors just, okay, they're just going to give, they donate the eggs and off they go. But you actually, as you're going through this now, we can actually hear that there's so much more to it. So it's definitely, like I said, it's a selfless act. We're going to go through the step-by-step guide to the donor journey. For it's obviously related to it's for intended parents who may be unfamiliar with the intricate details of egg donation. The process involves this, the several phases that the process involves. Please, can you elaborate on that for me?
Absolutely, Leanne. You know that I like bringing in the reality into our sessions
Yeah.
as well. And yes, a lot of intended parents have the question, why do people become donors?
Yeah.
And I just want to share two motivations of donors. The one goes like this. I couldn't imagine not being able to have children when I think about the fact that many women can't have kids, it makes me really sad, especially since it's a natural thing for all women to want to be a mother someday. When I realized I could help, I was motivated to be all in.
Oh,
And then the second anonymous donor said, it turns out that there is a huge need for donors. And I decided that that was something I wanted to do, to make a difference in the world and help others.
oh,
How beautiful is
that's
said.
beautiful.
And that is just motivation of two anonymous donors out there.
Mm.
So, running through the key phases for the intended parents unfamiliar with that, um, all donors during the screening phase, they undergo extensive medical, genetic, and psychological screening to ensure that they are healthy and suitable candidates to be a donor.
Mm.
The hormonal regulation, the doctors would usually, with the donors on a natural menstruation cycle, regulate them with medications like the contraceptive to synchronize um, their cycle together with that of the recipients, or to start the stimulation phase. Then, when they are ready for the ovarian stimulation, the donor begin with daily injections as per instructions of the fertility specialist. So the doctor would explain exactly what to do and the time. Usually gets done by the nurses. These hormones promote the development of the multiple follicles then. Monitoring and regular appointments is including blood tests is crucial to track the follicle growth of the hormone levels of the donors. And then when the follicles is reached the appropriate size, the donor receives a trigger shot, which trigger the for final maturation. Approximately 34 to 36 hours after the trigger shot, the eggs are retrieved through a minimally invasive procedure called transvaginal aspiration. So there's no need for any huge operations
Yeah.
or cutting that usually the donors, also a first-time donor, also have these questions. Once the donor is under light sedation, a thin hollow needle is gently inserted through the vaginal wall, guided by the ultrasound to access the ovaries. And once the needle is in place, gentle suctions is used to aspirate the eggs from the follicles. And then it's the post procedure. Donors may experience mild discomfort or cramping for the first day or two, but usually our donors is ready to be up and go and by day 3. So, but we do. It's crucial for us to still be in contact and do post-op monitoring as well
Yes, yes,
from
yes.
Fertility Mate's side as well. So yes, that is in short just the phases. I think we can go deeper into it, but I think that the doctor will also explain.
Yeah.
I can just say from Fertility Mate's side, we also make sure to be with the donor in each of these phases.
Yeah.
We support the donor and we make sure that they do everything that they have to, specifically when it comes to like the trigger shots that it must happen exactly at a certain time as per instructions of the doctor. And so we usually send out a 15-minute reminder before the time, and then we get
Wow.
a picture that it happened, and so that we make sure we have a happy donor and we have a good cycle on the end for
Awesome.
both the donors and the parents, intended parents out there.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Maybe if you don't mind, if you can just give us what is the, if you want to become a donor, if anyone wants to become a donor out there, because I'm hearing now it's not just, I think people have this idea of donor, you go in, you give your eggs. There's a few things that I just want to, I think, want to bust some myths here with this. women, a lot of intended, or let me say, a lot of donors believe that if they give their eggs away, they won't have eggs for when they're wanting. So maybe we can just go through that. We are born with millions of eggs, I think it is, millions of eggs. Maybe just want to go through that quickly.
Absolutely, Leanne. Yes, that's one of the things that we get on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And yeah, when working and doing the assessment with the donors, that comes up. Oh, my family think all my children is going to run around the
Yes.
entire world. Don't you feel guilty? It's my grandchildren,
Mm.
or you are not going to have children one day. And it's like you said, all of us is born with a certain amount of eggs, and every month those you ovulate, and we usually explain to the donors, you can either donate the eggs to someone to help them to conceive,
Yes.
or it will go like down like a
The
period,
period.
flushed,
Yes.
or like a period, flushed away. But very strangely, a lot of donors understand that more, and the more we give them, then we give them information on that. They
Yes.
can also share the information with their families,
Yes.
because um, many years ago, no one spoke about uh, infertility or
Yes.
fertility treatment or donation of
Yes.
eggs. So it's a topic that's really, actually always say it's so good. It's not a topic for a Sunday afternoon lunch.
Yes.
So yeah, that is, I think the more the donor know about herself, she can also share this information with the family. And it's crucial for us at Fertility Mate that there is someone that can support the donor through a
Yes.
cycle, because we don't want the donor to be stressed. Um, she must go for appointments. She don't want to tell someone she's going for screening, or going for appointments. And that's that donors who have bad cycles, or just don't pitch up for their cycles the
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually, I like what you said there. It also helps them, if you are wanting to become a donor, you become a donor. It also helps you to also find out a bit more about yourself and your own reproductive health as well. So that's a great way also. Is there an age limit for donating?
Yes. Yes, I know certain companies is like from 18 onwards up to 29 for first time donors.
Okay.
We like to have a donor 19 to 29, but they can also be, but that's just for first time donors.
Yeah.
If they are older, and there is a history of a donation,
Yes.
we are happy to look at the profiles, because the doctors would know if this is a good donor, that the AMH is good,
Yeah.
and we can use older than 29.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you said about the donors. It's really a win-win situation for the donors as
Yes.
well. I spoke to the donor the other day who said, after going through this entire process, because it's really a long journey for them to get to the point where they can donate, going through all of these medical appointments, the genetic screening, the psychological appointments, and a lot of the people, I can promise you, give up halfway because they just don't want to do the paperwork. It's
Yes.
just too much and too demanding. And she said that she realized that her AMH is good, her genetics is good. She don't want to have
Wow.
children now, but one day when she want to have children, she know that this everything is in spec that needs to
Wow.
be.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so it's really a win-win situation, and that they only realize once they are in this process and
Yes.
you work through that. And the other thing, Leanne, is also important if you want what the motivation is of the donors out there. If they really want to be a donor just for the compensation, and do they understand the process of donation?
Mm.
Because some donors think, Oh, they read compensation, and then I think there's money involved, and that's it. There's no
Yeah.
paperwork, no nothing, and that's why we had the earlier we discussed the demanding processes going through or
Yeah.
with to be a donor on the end.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Meadsie. I really enjoyed that. I'm glad we got to get that out of the way as well, because I think that's a question that a lot of women don't understand, or intended donors don't understand, that if you are donating, it doesn't mean that you're not able to one day conceive yourself, because we unfortunately, the eggs, how can I say, we lose the eggs every month anyway through our period, our menstrual cycle. So if you're able to donate or you are thinking of donating, you can get hold of Meadsie. She's at Fertility Mate. She's got a website, www.fertilitymate.co.za. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, or you can actually DM me, or she's on all social media channels as well, Fertility Mate. Yeah, so if you have any other questions, you're welcome to contact us and you can get a hold of Meadsie. Thank you very much, Meadsie. I really appreciate your time this morning. I'm glad we got to talk about these things, create more awareness about egg donation and the steps involved with it, as well as what it means to intended parents on this journey and needing a donor as well. Do you have anything in closing that you'd like to say, Mitzi?
Yes, I think I want to say from Fertility Mate side, I think there's a donor out there for everyone. Um, and then quality is key. Our most important task is to ensure high quality and safe processes to our intended parents out there and the donors. So, yes, while work with us, we want to give you trustworthy and personal service of high quality all the time throughout the process. And that's not only just to the egg donors, it's to our intended parents out there
Absolutely.
as well.
Awesome. Thank you. I know Mitzi brings a lot of heart when it comes to working with the donors and intended parents. And thank you very much for that, Mitzi. I really appreciate it. Thanks,
All
guys.
right.
And was great chatting to you. Thanks, Mitzi. Have a great day further. Chat soon.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.